11 years on Etsy and a smack in the face. It's all over. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dave. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I do new videos all the time on Etsy and e-commerce success. In today's video, we're going to be sharing a pretty disheartening story. Now, this is an older story, but it's extremely relevant to the status of Etsy today. And I'm going to highlight some of the logistical and administrative issues that Etsy has, especially since a couple months ago they cut a large percentage of their workforce. And I don't foresee this getting any better unless they hire more people to have a dedicated team so they can hands-on manage these types of situations, because this is extremely unfortunate what happened to this Etsy seller. So let's jump into my computer. I'm going to show you this situation. So essentially what happened is that somebody on AliExpress, some Chinese seller, copied their products, listed it, and then claimed an intellectual property infringement on Etsy against them. So they copied them, then tried to copy strike them. Etsy took them down, did not pay attention to any of the evidence, and they're still not a seller on Etsy. So about 2 months ago, my Etsy shop/account that I had since 2009 was suspended without warning for an IP infringement. I was very confused and thought it had to be a mistake. I make hand wood burned wedding guest book plaques and have always used my own illustrations. Most of my items are made to order, and I have a few in my shop that I have literally been making for people all 11 years of business. I wrote Etsy, explained my confusion, and they told me that it was an IP infringement. Great, you already said that, and that I had zero grounds for appeal. I asked them for evidence. They responded that per their policies, they did not have to give me evidence and that they take IP matters very seriously. While I racked my brain trying to figure out what was going on, a former customer sent me a link from AliExpress and asked if I was selling my designs to be manufactured now. Those jerks stole my photos, watermark and all, and started selling my product. Lord knows what it looks like. I'm curious but also terrified. I sent the link to Etsy and got the same email back. Nothing we can do. Don't even try. The same customer that sent me a link to 2 Etsy shops that were apparently offering my product again with the watermark. So not only did an AliExpress seller steal their design, copy strike them on Etsy, but then there's 2 Etsy accounts drop shipping this stuff, breaking the reseller rule on top of all this. This exact same situation happened to me, and I made a video about it a couple years back. I'll talk about it after I read this story. This is absolutely nuts, and it's a testament to how asleep at the wheel Etsy is. And not can be, but is. So the same customer then sent me a link to 2 Etsy shops that were apparently offering my product. I reached out to the shop and asked them kindly to please take their listing down. They responded that the design was theirs and I was the one that was infringing. That happened to me as well. The people that I contacted that were selling the AliExpress garbage copy of my product were quite sassy with me. And it was I got them taken down, but it was very, very frustrating. I wrote Etsy. This time a friend helped me make a video. I held my driver's license up to my face and shows me. I showed the 2 orders I was finishing. I showed them how I sketch my designs in Procreate, then print them, then transfer them. I showed them my materials, my invoices, from where I get my wood cut locally, my various wood burners, a box of thank you cards from brides and moms. Showed them everything pretty much. Etsy responded by asking me not to contact them again. All I can gather is that one of these 2 shops reported the IP, or AliExpress seller did. I don't know. Oh, that's a good point. It could have been one of the drop shipping stores on Etsy. Y'all, I'm just wrecked. I have my own website now, and this is only a part-time hobby. So I'm very, very thankful that this wasn't my full-time gig. But Etsy, what happened to you? I've been around since the days of Michelle's How Tuesdays, and when they were encouraging us to use recycled materials to package our products in quirky ways. I miss that handmade homespun marketplace feel. It is clearly not that anymore. I just feel so sad and betrayed. It's like losing a friend who has changed to the point of being unrecognizable. I know I can sue, but at this point, it's just not worth it. It would cost me money and legal fees that it would be worth. And besides, I just don't think I can trust Etsy anymore. Sorry for the rant. I just needed somewhere to put this. Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack here. The fact that people were reselling stuff from AliExpress that quickly, just jumping on it is extremely disheartening. There's multiple issues here that Etsy absolutely needs to fix. That's what happens when it takes on a corporate structure. Etsy needs to hire. I'll tell you the solution. Etsy needs to hire more people to review this type of stuff. The fact that they said, no, don't contact us again is disgusting. That is terrible for a company to do. This person's been selling this person is the victim. We're assuming, unless this is a completely fabricated story, we're assuming this person is the victim. And how Etsy handled this is extremely not okay. Etsy needs to hire more people that look at things, that understand things, not just like NPC robot humans that just follow a script and copy and paste stuff. They need to be extremely well versed on what is okay on Etsy, what is going on, what was the IP address of the person who reported it? What is there an account connected to that IP address? What is that account? And then look at the evidence here. The Etsy employees need to actually look at the evidence and consider everything in a reasonable manner. But until that happens, stories like this are going to continue. Now, this is 4 years ago. I've heard plenty of stories like this since. Not as this intricate, but the YouTuber that got taken down over a couple dollar balance. I forgot his name, but I watched the video and I feel for him. A few dollar balance that he was removed and Etsy just gave him the cold shoulder. That's disgusting. It's not okay. Sellers are the backbone of their community. But the thing is that there's so many sellers coming in and out nonstop. It's not like they're super concerned with, making sure each seller is happy and creating a healthy environment for sellers, because they know every single day thousands of people are creating seller accounts to try their luck at Etsy's success. So until Etsy gets it together, this is going to continue happening. But what do you think about this story? It's on the Etsy subreddit from 4 years ago. You can find it by filtering top all time on the Etsy subreddit. Very disheartening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know that Etsy needs to hire more people, even though they claim as a multi-billion-dollar corporation not to have the budget for it. Hey, I'm not a CEO or anything. I don't know anything about running a corporation, but I feel like if you have billions of dollars coming in each year, you could have more than 1,500 employees. Just an idea. Anyway, I do love selling on Etsy, and I do love the community, but the corporate structure of it and the lack of accountability from them, the lack of communication from them is extremely frustrating, and it needs to change. Will it change? I don't know. I don't want to say I don't think so, but I don't know. I'll see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day.